Welcome to All Saints Episcopal Church. When people enter the worship space of All Saints, ascending the steps from Church Street, they discover a sanctuary of wood and stained glass, streaming light and Gothic arches. The neo-Gothic architecture of Richard Upjohn is on brilliant display in this 1856 building that helps create the spires of Frederick. You can feel the history, the generations of people whose prayers have soaked into the walls and blessed the altar week after week in communion. Christmas is a time when our buildings shine with the light of Christ and the hopefulness of a newborn baby in Mary's arms. But our buildings tell many other stories as well. This worship space has also been used as a hospital during the Civil War. The Union medical director turned pews into recovery beds and the altar into a surgical table. After battles left soldiers with life-threatening wounds, the patients were brought from the field to downtown churches where their lives hung in the balance. It must have been a spiritual support to face your mortality in the context of this beautiful sanctuary. But this building does not take us back to the beginning of All Saints history. Another worship space was erected in 1813, facing Court Street, where the community worshiped for 50 years. The upper gallery was seating for the enslaved blacks, and the lower worship space was where the white community gathered for worship. This building has seen a lot of changes over the years, even falling into such serious disrepair that it was almost condemned. Today, the lower level is classrooms, and the upper level is a parish hall, recently refurbished, with a lovely meditative prayer labyrinth painted onto the wooden floor. In 2000, the community of All Saints completed an extensive building project to add office, worship, and meeting space to the campus, connecting the 1856 and the 1813 buildings with a glass-enclosed atrium of gathering space. This project began as a few parishioners dreamed of an elevator to allow for handicap access to the existing buildings, but it quickly developed into a multi-million-dollar development for the expanding future of the church. The Great Hall was constructed to offer a contemporary worship space, as well as becoming a resource for large meetings to occur in the downtown Frederick community. Literally, thousands of meetings and gatherings happen in our building throughout the year. Today, All Saints is a living, breathing, growing community of faith, committed to God's work of incarnation and resurrection, seeing the face of Jesus in every human being, and knowing that God is transforming our lives every day. We carry a history that includes prayer as well as pain, blessings and curses. We are writing a future that seeks to repair the damage of systemic racism that continues to haunt us today. We are writing a new chapter of anti-racism in partnership with the neighboring African American church, Asbury United Methodist. We are discovering collaborations to fill our buildings with the ministry of recovery from drug and alcohol addiction. We are a gathering space for homeless families to be nurtured and mentored back to health and stability. We are blessed to make space for after-school music lessons in violin and cello, and we welcome you. Join us with your resilient faith, that we might continue naming the truth of our past and trusting in God's ability to resurrect us into a new creation.